For centuries, the Philippines has been more than just a collection of islands. It has been a geopolitical prize. Its position, straddling the vital sea lanes of Southeast Asia, has made it an object of intense desire for empires seeking to project power and control trade. From Spanish galleons to American battleships, the archipelago has been at the center of global contests for influence. Geography is destiny here. The Philippines acts as a natural barrier between the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean, a gatekeeper to critical maritime routes. Any power that controlled these islands could dictate commerce and establish military bases, influencing the region's political landscape. The Philippines' history is a chronicle of repeated foreign intervention. Spain, the United States, and Japan all left indelible marks. Each empire sought to mold the islands to serve its own interests, transforming the archipelago into a military outpost or trading hub. Today, as great power competition returns, the Philippines once again finds itself in a pivotal position. Its proximity to geopolitical flashpoints and control over key maritime choke points have placed it back at the forefront of international attention. The contest for influence in the Indo-Pacific is intensifying, and the Philippines, by virtue of its geography, is an indispensable player. The echoes of history are clear. The fate of this archipelago is intrinsically linked to the grand strategies of the world's most powerful nations. The Philippines' strategic importance begins with its geography, over 7,600 islands forming a crucial barrier between the Western Pacific and the South China Sea. To the north, the Luzon Strait connects Northeast Asia to the world. To the south, the archipelago guards passages into the Indian Ocean. The Philippines anchors the first island chain, a defensive line stretching from Japan to the Malay Peninsula. Control here means leverage. A military presence can monitor and potentially control maritime traffic through vital choke points. The Luzon Strait is a primary route for China's navy and global trade. Ports like Subic Bay and Manila Bay offer ideal locations for naval bases, serving as platforms for power projection. The scattered islands create a complex maritime environment, an advantage for defense, a challenge for occupation. For centuries, this geography has shaped conflict, from guerrilla warfare to modern maritime security. The Philippines' internal seascape remains a key factor in its enduring strategic value. Geography, more than anything, has made the Philippines a gateway between oceans, and a prize for those who seek to control them. When Spain arrived in the 16th century, it saw the Philippines as a linchpin for a global empire. Manila became the capital, perfectly positioned to connect China's goods with the silver of the Americas. The galleon trade turned Manila into a global commercial center, linking Asia, the Americas, and Europe for 250 years. Spanish galleons sailed from Acapulco to Manila, trading silver for Chinese luxury goods, then braving the Pacific back to Mexico. This trade made Spain a dominant player in the early global economy and funded its imperial ambitions. To protect this lifeline, Spain fortified Manila and established a powerful naval presence. Rival powers like the Dutch and British repeatedly tried to seize the islands, recognizing their immense value. The Philippines was never a colonial backwater. It was a central theater in the global competition between empires. Its strategic importance as a trade hub made it a prize worth fighting for. The Spanish-American War of 1898 transformed the Philippines into a strategic asset for the United States. American leaders saw the archipelago as a stepping stone into Asia, a base for projecting power and accessing China's markets. The U.S. quickly developed Subic Bay and Clark Air Base into major military outposts, enabling rapid deployment across the Pacific. The Philippines became America's unsinkable aircraft carrier in the Western Pacific. While the economic vision was only partially realized, the strategic location enhanced America's ability to protect its interests in Asia. The islands were both an asset and a vulnerability, a barrier to Japanese expansion, but difficult to defend from afar. This tension shaped American military planning and set the stage for the Pacific War. The decision to hold and fortify the Philippines signaled America's intent to remain a major power in Asia. The archipelago's location made it central to U.S. strategy and a target in the coming conflict. The Philippines' role as a stepping stone into Asia would soon be tested in the crucible of World War. For Japan in the 1930s and 1940s, the Philippines was an essential objective, an obstacle to southward expansion and a gateway to vital resources. The attack on the Philippines, hours after Pearl Harbor, was central to Japan's war strategy. Capturing the islands eliminated American bases, secured supply lines, and provided a forward base for further conquest. The heroic defense of Bataan and Corregidor became symbols of Allied resistance, but the Japanese occupation underscored the island's strategic utility. Japan used the Philippines as a logistical hub, turning American-built bases against their creators. Whoever controlled the Philippines held a commanding position in Southeast Asia. The American campaign to liberate the islands, beginning at Leyte, was driven by the same logic: cut off Japan and prepare for the final assault. The Battle of Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in history, showed the immense stakes. The fight for the Philippines was, in many ways, the fight for control of the Pacific. After World War II, the Philippines' strategic value was redefined by the Cold War. As the US and Soviet Union vied for influence, the Philippines became a key pillar of American strategy in Asia. The 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty formalized this alliance, allowing the US to maintain major bases at Clark and Subic. These bases became nerve centers for US operations, supporting wars in Korea and Vietnam. Clark Air Base was a logistical hub, Subic Bay, the primary repair port for the US 7th Fleet. Without these bases, the American war effort in Vietnam would have been severely constrained. The end of the Cold War and the eruption of Mount Pinatubo led to the closure of US bases in the early 1990s. For a time, it seemed the Philippines' strategic importance had waned. But geography doesn't change, and new regional challenges soon revived the old strategic logic. The Philippines' role as a bastion against communism evolved, but its value as a strategic partner endured. The alliance would soon find new relevance in a changing world. In the 21st century, the Philippines' value is defined as much by economics as by military might. The archipelago sits on the edge of the South China Sea, through which a third of global maritime shipping passes, over $3 trillion in trade each year. The Philippines' exclusive economic zone covers a significant portion of these waters, giving Manila a direct stake in their security. Any disruption here would have immediate global consequences. The South China Sea is also rich in oil, gas, and fisheries, making it a focal point for resource competition. China's expansive claims overlap with the Philippines, leading to disputes and a landmark 2016 international ruling in Manila's favor. The Philippines' ability to assert its rights is a test case for the rules-based international order. The rise of China has thrust the Philippines back into the center of great power rivalry. As Beijing asserts itself in the Indo-Pacific, the US-Philippine alliance has gained renewed importance. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement allows for rotational US forces at key Philippine bases, many near flashpoints like Taiwan and the South China Sea. For China, a US-aligned Philippines is a major obstacle to its ambitions. For the US, Manila is essential to maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific. Beijing offers economic incentives to pull the Philippines closer, creating a complex diplomatic balancing act. The Philippines must weigh security guarantees from the US against economic opportunities from China. This makes Manila a crucial swing state in the Indo-Pacific. The direction it chooses will shape the regional balance of power. The Philippines' choices now have global repercussions. The Philippines' strategic value is a story of remarkable consistency. Its geography has made it a prize for empires and superpowers for centuries. This legacy has brought both opportunity and conflict, shaping a cautious approach to foreign policy. Today, the Philippines stands at another critical juncture, its choices rippling across the Indo-Pacific. The nation's ability to leverage its position for sovereignty and prosperity is the central challenge of this era. The logic of the past continues to shape the present. The archipelago remains a crossroads of trade, security, and diplomacy. The competition for influence is being replayed with new actors and higher stakes. As the balance of power shifts, the Philippines' role in the region's future remains unwritten.